to Faith in Action, a program which features good works done because of sincere and committed belief in God and His teachings. In the Bible, St. James reminded us that true faith must translate into good action. Our Lord, Jesus, tells us, "Whatever you do to the least of my brothers, that you do unto me." Today, we present to you a practical show of love and care because of faith in God. You will also know what to do in our daily life's desperate situations. I am Emeka Obieke. You're once again welcome. Let us now meet Evelyn Atama, who will take you on the first segment of the program, Church Activities.
Thank you, Emeka. Now, let's see what happened at Kuchinguru, a suburb in the Federal Capital Territory of Abuja. In fulfillment of Christian obligation, the Catholic Archbishop of Abuja, His Eminence John Cardinal Onaiyekan, on the 9th of March 2015, visited one of the numerous internally displaced persons camps located in the Municipal Area Council of Abuja. In company of the Cardinal were Reverend Father Solomon Uko, Head of the Justice Development and Peace Commission, Mrs. Grace Osofodurin, and the Archdiocesan Health Coordinator, Reverend Sister Cecilia Azu, amongst others.
How long? 2 weeks time. God bless you, baby. God bless her, baby.
The camp, which is located at Kuchinguru in the Federal Capital Territory, has been under the care of the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, and some local and international organizations.
You are around, but I never met you. Oh, welcome. You come here to take fresh air. He came to receive you. Okay, it's SPS.
After his arrival and brief introduction to the camp administrators, the Cardinal took a tour round the camp to inspect the facilities.
Once the battery is charged, once the charge is less, and you have to buy fuel.
His Eminence also visited the Ekwa Church and the makeshift school, where the children are currently being taught.
I hope you are aware. Chairman.
Some food items were later given to the displaced persons. The Cardinal had the following words to say.
Having heard what is happening, I felt I want to actually come and see. Now I have seen, and I really realized that more Nigerians should come and see. Because we are talking about Boko Haram, talking about PDP, APC, and we are not realizing that all this has an impact on human beings. These are all Nigerians. Look at all those children. And any Nigerian that comes here, before you go home and sleep well in your air-conditioned room, you will think twice. All these people didn't come here because they like to come to Abuja. They have told us now, almost everybody here has come here because they have become victims of all kinds of violent situations. Crisis. You use the word crisis now, that doesn't mean anything anymore. But crisis means that people are thrown out of their homes. It means that children cannot go to school anymore. It means that people have no food to eat and people have nowhere to sleep.
Begging our fellow Nigerians to come over here and see what is happening. It's not only in Sabon, Kuchingoro. You have them in Waru, Wasa, in Michi. They are all over.
After which he was presented with a gift by some children in the school.
What is this one? Gift. You have a gift for me. Yeah. My love.
That was a show of love there by His Eminence John Cardinal Onaikon. We pray this crisis comes to an end quickly so that our brothers and sisters can go back to their normal life. It's back to you, Emeka.
Well, thank you, Evelyn, for taking us around those beautiful church activities. Well, you can see yourself in this program if you wish. The only thing you need to do is to just reach us and we'll be there for you. The church is a micro community in a macro society. And the essence of the church is to, through its doctrinal principles and liturgical espousals, direct the course of man towards the right path of action or work. And that brings us to the crux of the matter, faith and work. How much have our faith affected the progress of our work? And how much have our work deepened our belief in our faith? And that is going to be the focus of the next segment, where Lavon Seletao will be trading charts with one of our devout Catholics who have progressed seriously in his field of endeavor. He's very successful, and he'll be telling you how his faith had been the bedrock of his success in life. Over to Lavon.
Can we meet you, sir?
Well, my name is David Osonde. I'm a Papa Knight, Catholic Church, and I'm the founder of the Holy Family Society. I grew up in Benin City. I attended primary school in Benin City. I was born in 1947. And from my early school years in Benin, I moved on to Sapele, where I did my secondary school. I also came out to begin my work, but the spiritual aspect, I was baptized in 1958, and I got confirmed in 1963, and I married in 1975. The growing in the faith, my wife, both of us are Papa Knights, and we have 7 children, 20 grandchildren, and all our children are married now.
How long have you been a Catholic, if I may ask?
Well, I think that just as I started my primary school, that would be about 1955 or thereabout. So because I started in a Catholic primary school, and then about the time I was in 1958, I got baptized. So at that time I became a Catholic.
So were your parents Catholic?
No, that is the interesting aspect of it. My parents were pagans, And my dad was a chief priest of Olokun, which is a god of the sea. And when we were growing up as children, we also joined in that practice until I got into a secondary primary school and I became baptized. But the good aspect of it is that after we got married, I know that the parents of my wife too were also pagans. So we started to work on them. And the good aspect of it is that with God on our side, we were able to convert them, and they all became Catholics. My father and my mom got married in the Catholic Church. You may see their pictures soon when they got married. And then so too, my father-in-law and my mother-in-law, they all became Catholics.
In your daily life, sir, how has being a Catholic affected your relationship with the people around you?
Well, first and foremost is to understand the basics in the church. What the catechism, what's it telling us? So God created us in his own image and likeness. He created us for us to be able to love him, serve him, and to be happy with him. And you can't do all that unless you take into consideration people around you, because you are not going to see the God you are serving. You will see him, the person, because he created each and every one of us in his own image and likeness. So the person you see becomes somebody you should see as your God. And so you need to be able to advance your relationship with him, be in good terms with your neighbor. And when I say love your neighbor as yourself, meaning that that's a critical aspect. So that no, you should not have any time to think about enemy. Because that would be the thing that would take you into a negative aspect. But think of every person as your friend, as your loved one, as somebody you must respect, somebody you must, pray for and help to be able to advance in life. In all this, you'll find that you too will be moving in that same direction towards holiness, towards goodness, towards attending to people, and it's all about positivity. So if you develop that as a principle and you apply it, and you're going to learn about Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, which is a model family for the world, and know their virtues, which they practice very well, and you try to put them into practice, the virtue of simplicity, the virtue of humility, of patience, of agape love, of self-abandonment to God, of patience, of obedience, of self-control, of being yourself, that is also self-control. These are things you should put into practice, and you will apply them daily in your life. You will find that many good things will follow you. But if you keep people out and lock them up, or you lock yourself up, you cannot be reached. Then you will see sadness and things that you don't expect will come to you.
Sir, God made us in his image and likeness. Is that what informed the founding of the Holy Family Society?
Well, the Holy Family Society, yes, came out of that charism of, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. It's already a model. Say, we want to be like Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. That's why in the Holy Family Society we said, Holy Family, be our model and our inspiration. So we want to let them to inspire us. So if we learn little things from catechism, to love and to serve and to be happy with your God, you know that the Trinity also comes in you can also find that they are represented by Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. And so we can, once you put all this into perspective, you find that those qualities and what God is asking you to do, if you put them into some practice, you begin to get nearer and nearer to people. People get to know you more and more, and they warm up to you. You are a happy person. I think that is the bottom line. In all these activities, we must find a good area where we can see ourselves as a happy, prosperous person in the Lord, because God is asking us to live our life in Him. If you make Christ the center of your life, you'll see that many good things will follow. Because that is the bottom line actually. If you do anything and you say, what will Jesus himself do on this occasion? That helps you to find a good way to act. So what is it all telling us? That in life, be sure that those you even bring nearer to you, some of them you say are so close to you, and would be there to betray you at any time. But don't allow that to destroy your relationship with your God, or to think that those have become your enemy. Christ himself did not bother to say. He knew that, for example, Judah was going to be somebody to betray him. Peter will denounce him, at the time, but do not allow that to spoil the relationship with them. He still will work with them. And they saw themselves as happy people until they themselves realized what they have done, And this issue of faith is a thing one must develop. It's a developing thing. And it has to be a daily affair. It's not a question of, today I'm this level, let me remain there, I'm happy. Because if you don't know it, the devil is looking for any small excuse to take you back. And if you allow the devil to take you out of your present situation, you fall back below, far below where you were. And so to be able to sort of wave off the evil one is to continue to put such evil acts aside. Don't allow it to come into you, because once it comes, it draws you back. It becomes negative in your life. And so if you and this we can only solve by praying in any case. That means that on a day-to-day basis, you have to develop your prayer pattern and begin to improve on it.
Now, on a final note, what is your advice to Catholics who roam from one church to the other?
Well, in anything, actually, you cannot have your divided mind. If you have a divided house, that house falls. If you are a divided person, you are falling, because you cannot be here and there. You may make yourself to be a divided person with one heart there, one part of your heart there, one part of the other. You're already a divided person, and nothing will work out for you, because it will be difficult for you to put all this together. You cannot mix sand and salt and milk together and think they're one and the same thing. No, you cannot. So stay with your God, rely on your God, and be devoted to Him. And once you do that, you are a happy person.
Thank you so much, Sir David Osunde. I've learned so much from you in this short interview. I know next time we're going to come back to ask you more about the faith in another program, hopefully. But I must say thank you for giving our crew, this audience, to have this wonderful, inspirational discussion with you. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much for the sacrifice you had to make to be here. I know it's not easy, especially when you are just picking up like this. We want to say that all Catholics, non-Catholics, should be able to support this enterprise, because you are doing a wonderful job. Because you are not only helping us to grow in faith, you are helping all those who are falling, those who are not even Catholics, to come back.
Thank you so much, sir, for speaking with us on this program, My Faith and I. I have been speaking with Sir David Osunde of the Holy Family Society. I am Lavon Seletawo. Keep watching. Over to you, Emeka.
Well, thank you, Lavon, and our wonderful guest, for allowing us a peep into your life. It's going to be a lesson. We're going to learn a lot of lessons from all the things you people have been discussed. And I believe our younger ones will also learn that the journey towards success is not too easy. It really requires hard work and consistent faith. The next on our lineup is What to Do. It's a platform where we extend you to various professionals who are going to let you know certain things you must do at certain situations you are not under control.
You are welcome to this segment of What to Do. My name is Elechi Amadi Samuel. I work with services for persons with disabilities. And I want to discuss about deformities, bone deformities in children. It is a common problem in the rural communities, and parents are worried about this. They want to know what causes it and what they can do about it. The common causes of bone deformities that I would like to mention is rickets. Rickets simply means deficiency of calcium in the bone. This could be from the mother or from the child after the child is born. The reasons why mothers and the child could have deficiency in calcium is that they don't take the right nutrient. They don't eat the right food. If mothers can eat green-rich vegetables and eat a lot of seafood that contains shells, or even crabs and snails around our compound, this will help to improve the calcium content of the bone. I also want to mention some other things that young mothers can do in order to prevent the risk of having babies with bone deformities. If mothers, or to be mothers, start taking folic acid from young age, let's say from when they start puberty, then it will reduce the risk of having or giving birth to children with bone deformities. And then when our children, once you identify a child with bone deformity at the early age, it's also good you try to give this child food rich in this element, this vital element, calcium. You can start giving the baby egg, give the baby green leafy vegetable, and also cod liver oil. That could be in tablet or in liquid. The Catholic Archdiocese is providing assistance to people with bone deformities through the surgical intervention that they perform at St. Mary's Hospital. It is one of the cheapest that you can get throughout FCT. So you don't need to wait till when the child is too old before you bring. You can contact us on the number you see on the screen. Thank you for listening.
Well, that's the much we can take on the program today. I believe you had a wonderful time staying with us. If you did, well, same time next week is another date with us. Until then, I am Emeka Obieki. Stay blessed.